Special Officer Doofy, thanks for coming in. I'm surprised you were able to get here without a driver's license. Did you have to take public transportation?
My mom drove me.
Well, be sure and tell Mom Joe Schoen said thanks for giving us this chance to interview you for the position of head coach of the New York Giants. As you may know, John Mara has entrusted me to lead the search, which basically means I'm a puppet on a string and probably won't even be around to work with the guy they select.
They're gonna fire you real good.
Yeah, after that press conference, I'm a dead man walking. Anyway, I'm sure you're probably wondering how you shot to the top of the list of potential candidates. It's because Mr. Mara happened to catch that scene in Scary Movie where you bean Cindy in the head with a ball.
Yeah, that's when I got my wiener stuck in a vacuum.
Right. Well, he figured anybody with that kind of aim probably knows a thing or two about football. And when you go through 4 coaches in 9 years, well, none of this should surprise anybody, but it certainly explains why I'm interviewing one retard on behalf of another retard.
You ever get your wiener caught in the vacuum?
No, can't say I've ever had that happen, but we're not making any judgments here. What a simpleton does with his wiener in the privacy of his own home is his business.
I went poopy in my pants. It was good.
I bet it was. Wow, that really stinks. Would you like someone to bring you a fresh towel from the locker room?
No, I want to sit in it.
Okay, great. So anyway, tell me what you know about the Giants.
It's run by a bunch of dummies.
Ouch, you're really sending a shot across the bow with that one. But, Doofy, that's really the type of transparency the Mars say they're looking for when it comes to the state of the team, unless, of course, the Mars are the dummies you're actually referring to.
Hey, Joe, want to smell my finger?
Maybe some other time, but just out of curiosity, if I were to smell your finger right now, what sort of aroma would I be surprised to find?
My ass.
Your ass. Dear God. Well, I suppose I should get used to that, that kind of stuff if I have to go behind closed doors with the Maras to prove I'm the right man for the job.
Joe Swallows.
I'm going to have to ask you to keep your voice down. Anyway, why don't you tell me about your professional background?
I follow people.
You said you follow people. Like, what sort of places do you follow them to?
The bathroom.
Well, it's certainly important to know where everybody is. There's a lot of oversight when it comes to being a head coach. In fact, that was a quality lacking in our last head coach because our overall first pick wasn't anywhere to be found during team meetings. Let me ask you something, Doofy. If I were to ask you to follow Abdul Carter and report back to me whenever he falls asleep, is that something you'd be willing to do?
You can count on me, Joe. If he falls asleep, I'll put my hand in his shorts and grab his wiener.
Doofy, I don't think Abdul would care how retarded you are. He'd probably kill you for that.
He'll run away and throw up once he smells my finger.
I must say I'm liking your answers, but it isn't just the defensive players who need some improvement. Our last defensive coordinator was giving opposing offenses 7 seconds to throw the ball. If you were head coach, how many seconds would you expect your defense to give the quarterback?
1 second.
Wow, 1 second. I'm not even sure the 85 Bears were able to blitz offenses like that. What kind of pressure scheme do you have in mind?
The kind of pressure that builds up in my bum when I fart real good on an airplane.
Well, if it's anything like the poop in your pants, it sounds like you're interested in the kind of defensive philosophy that'll have opposing offenses running for the exits.
I eat sand when I go to the beach.
If that's supposed to be a euphemism for putting the quarterback in the dirt, then I'd say we're on the same page. But what about your offensive philosophy? As you may know, Brian Daboll's offense with Josh Allen operated with spread concepts and aggressive downfield vertical reads. The quarterback he drafted, which I later took credit for once he started showing promise, figures to be used in the same way if we can give him some more weapons. If you were hired as head coach, would you be able to deploy a similar offensive attack?
What's philosophy mean?
I see what you're saying. The offense shouldn't have a philosophy per se because it needs to be unpredictable and hard to scheme against. Good thinking, Doofy. We should probably keep that concept in our back pocket when we're looking for an offensive coordinator.
Want to see the dead mouse in my back pocket?
No, but I'd be interested in hearing how you'd handle the media after a tough loss because nothing makes the fans more angry than a coach who stands up at the podium week after week and tells the press that the effort wasn't good enough and he's got to look at the tape to see what went wrong.
No problem, Joe. I'll just tell him about the time I ate a goldfish on a piece of burnt toast, so by the time I'm finished, they won't remember the question.
Well, that type of impressive media savvy certainly checks another box, but what about the players? We've got some strong personalities that tend to go on social media to air their grievances about the team being a total laugh riot by the time we get to early October. This one's saying we fix games. That one's liking negative posts about the game plan, et cetera, et cetera. What would you do, to rein them in so we can all still look good while losing 14 games?
Easy answer, Joe. If they post on social media, I'll put their phone in a blender and make myself a milkshake.
You'd really be willing to drink people's phones?
I drank Cindy's phone in Scary Movie when she tried to call the police.
Wow, must have been a deleted scene. Well, Doofy, I've got to say, I'm pleasantly surprised by this conversation. 4 years of losing, and I'm officially the whore of Babylon at MetLife, in charge of executing the will of John Mara's most asinine ideas. But I have to say, he may have struck gold, identifying you as the potential head coach to lead this team into the future.
Last week, I started a fire at the mall.
Well, we certainly could use an arsonist to burn down this shitbox of a stadium. In the meantime, the heart wants what the heart wants. I've got Marcus Freeman coming in tomorrow, but I'm almost considering the idea of canceling the interview. Anyway, I'll get back to you once we've greenlit the next step in the process. Appreciate your time, Doofy, and if you need us to call your mother to pick you up, just let us know.
I can feel the poopy getting hard in my cheeks.
Yeah, you're probably going to need to dig that out with a shovel.